Oh, so does Vajrasattva help you out from all your mistakes here? Like, I just got a little worried.
When you do the Vajrasattva, then fix the mistake.
Yeah. It's intention too, right? You didn't mean to make it. So I had a.
It's a example like you pouring the 1 cup coffee into your body, like your cloth. I mean your cloth. So then you can wash that, right?
Right.
If you don't wash it, then they always stuck with your cloth. So same like that. We did the mistake. Also, there's another method to purify. Use the Bodhisattva intention. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a giving also actually intention. Your mind is very important. Mind. This morning we just talked like giving like means food to someone. If you give up, that means like you really wanted to die that person to hungerly. You like to suffering other one. That's why you don't give. So that's I don't think so saying that you have any worry about that, concern about that.
No, you weren't trying to kill him.
Sure, you're going to give food to someone going to die without food.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure you don't want to suffering others like without food.
Yes, that would be the worst.
Yeah, I just didn't know this was a teaching. Like, I did not know that the Buddha said this thing. And so it's the first time I heard verse number 5. And I thought that, you know, like, let's say you mean to give something away, but maybe you even die before you do it. Like, I just got freaked out. Oh.
That's also like the object, the really desire, really the need or not, also that thing about too. If you want to give something someone, oh, he don't necessarily need, then that is like okay, right? Not too bad. But not really good, but not really bad.
Yeah.
So this one is the other object really need. Without that, they're going to suffering. So you have ability to give that. You can have help them person. You have ability to do that. But then your intention is no want to do that. Wanted to suffering the person. So I don't think so. You have that problem or anything.
No.
Okay, then don't worry.
But just what if you
good for a reminder? So something we promise, if we can do, just do. Yeah, and then some things intentions change. So you have to really look to your intention. Is like why I change intention. The reason is like because I give up is not good for the person, or not necessarily the person, you know, or just I didn't think carefully. So, but it's okay, and you just think about it, do some confession. So that's not too bad. So they also you have to check that everything. That's why we have this 22nd and no the 22nd. Sorry about the verses second verses. So you have to check again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reconsider, even if you made the promise, right?
Yeah. So you have to think about it again. So is the big problem or not? So now we follow. Yes, Mary.
I was just going to say in the beginning too, Khenpo, you talked about the history of this text, and I think is it good to remember his audience was Nalanda, and it was primarily monks too. So would that have made a little bit difference in the way that he was speaking about this?
That's also, of course, like could be too, but then just teaching, you know, always tell you to do best one, you know, 100% good one, quality, perfect. So even we cannot do everything here, but long as you have wish.
Right. That's what I was going to ask. Like, what if you really don't know what to do to help somebody? You know, clearly they need help, but you have no clue. All you can do is hope they get it, right?
Yeah.
Or wish they get it,
So
right?
wish also that really don't get, but anyway, this is like our mind practicing.
Okay.
So our mind is transforming, changing our mind. You cannot change the object.
Nope.
Who can change the object? No one can change the object.
What about bodhisattvas?
No possible. Buddha even didn't change the object, but he changed his mind.
Yes. Okay. All right. All right.
Right. That's I think is coming here. Very nice words. One way, somewhere in the way of Bodhisattva Shanti, they were mentioning about that. So
Okay.
the Buddha is how can be completion generosity because so many people need help. How can he can be completion generosity? It's auto level object not possible, but his mind is already free from desires. He can give up everything, no any attachment, desires. His mind. That we wishing first and practice that is like slowly completing our mind.
Is the way that this written, like as you said in 2, you know, the consequences of reckless actions, now that you are trying to attain, you know, the level of bodhisattva, are these kind of like examples, like a practical way of taking number 2 and then applying it to situations in your real life? Because, you know, we do have people that need things, but you said we can't help everybody.
Right.
You know, you can give away all your money and it doesn't help. And so these are just, he's explaining point by point how this would actually work.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now next, then we go to the read the one by one, same as yesterday we do, and then any questions we can discuss together. So first is verses today verses 34 is verses 34. Fan, please read verses 34.
Yes, Kempo. Today, in the presence of all the protectors, I invite the world to be guests at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight. May gods and anti-gods and all be joyful.
Okay, so that is like rejoice others.
Yes.
Or other beings.
What, Kempo, what is an anti-God?
Good question.
Jealousy gods.
What?
Jealousy God?
Yeah, jealousy gods. Anti-gods means jealousy gods.
Oh, they're like the God's enemies?
Yeah.
Okay.
God's
Thank
enemies.
you. I'm just asking. I never heard of an anti-God.
Is that sometimes demigod too, Kambola?
What is?
Sometimes in some texts it's called demigod or something.
Demigod.
Is that same?
I've heard demigod.
Gods, anti-gods, is I think it's the same. It's Tibetan is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
So
why we have to fix, why we have to you know, joyful? Why we invited this guest? It's like Sandra, please can you give an answer?
I don't know. It just reminds me of like Kusali Chod. It's just like anytime you do an offering, you want to share it with everyone, make them happy. Then if their minds are satisfied, then they turn toward the Dharma.
Uh,
Help them come out of samsara? I really don't know.
okay. What's the Amida? Give me answer.
I think of a wedding. When people get married, they invite their friends to kind of witness their promise.
Yes. So that is one reason. Yes.
I thought Sandra's answer was really wonderful. I think we rejoice for ourselves and we rejoice with others. And I agree with Sandra. I think it brings them to the Dharma. Maybe because of interdependence, they can share that joy.
Okay. Okay. So then, so one yes.
Yeah, we invite all the beings to rejoice, to celebrate for that we discovered this tremendous, medicine to, which is the bodhicitta, right?
Yes.
So that we are on the right path to liberation.
Okay. So that's a good answer. Good answer. Okay. So think about it right now, so many people sick due to coronavirus. So all is like become patience. But then one person say, I know how to make medicine. I'm going to do medicine, recover for everyone's illness. So this all people happy or joy?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. So we're going to take responsible for all these beings. That's why others enjoy.
Campo Curtis has got a question. I think he's
Yes,
putting his hand up.
Curtis, yes.
I'm back to the gods and anti-gods. Is that referring to the two realms of existence of gods and and demigods?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So now next is we mindful awareness actually chapter. So English is conscientious.
Conscientiousness.
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 Okay.
Conscientiousness.
What, Mary, explain that one.
It's sort of like diligence. It's being mindful awareness.
Okay.
It's when you're conscientious, you make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed and you've done everything right. You've gone through it twice, you checked your homework, that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's good. So that's a chapter. Why we have to do that?
Yeah. Well, because so you don't make a mistake.
Action.
Because we have already this worldly habituate, create non-virtuous habituate, and then we need this. Without this, we cannot change ourselves. Yeah.
That's right. You gotta watch yourself
hell.
every minute. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to starting this first one. So one, can you read the first one? First verses?
Yes, Kamala. Having firmly seized awakening mind in this way, a Concord's son must never waver, always should be exert himself to never stray from his practice.
Okay. So the main point is this Bodhisattvas take the bodhicitta vow, then they follow the Bodhisattva's path and conduct. That's correct? Okay. So no, we always should be exert himself. So we have always watching our mind actually. That's correct. So who watch your mind?
You do. Your
No.
awareness, right?
Huh?
Yourself, your consciousness.
Consciousness. Who can watch your mind? That
Inner
the-
guru,
hmm?
your inner guru,
Inner guru. Where's inner guru?
Buddha nature.
Who
Your
is it?
higher consciousness. Your higher consciousness
What is higher consciousness, girl?
is enlightened awareness.
So okay, then these regular people didn't have enlightening consciousness. So they
Bodhicitta.
hoping they watch the moon. Girl,
Well, oh, you were asking me something?
no, I asked you. So I'm debating with you.
Oh, you're debating. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to break our samayas, right? Now that we just realized bodhicitta, we do not want to break our samayas.
This the ordinary beings didn't have this like Buddha's awareness consciousness. So then how can they watch their own mind?
Well, when we talk about higher consciousness, that's not the 10th bhumi. We're just talking about our better selves, our better angels.
Okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's just you know, you're discriminating between right and wrong, good and evil. It's still dualistic. The
Okay.
higher
So
consciousness.
the
It's a
most
dualistic.
interest anyway is like mindful awareness, right?
Yes, yes. But it's still
Mindful awareness,
dualistic in
watch
terms of
ourselves.
contrast.
Yeah, watch ourselves. Is we really doing broken the vow or not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good. So that is the the main point of the chapter. It's talk about the whole almost that more details. That is a short. The usually we say the introductions. Yeah, that's a part is the introduction about this chapter. So then verses 2. Yeah, can you read verses 2?
Sure. In the case of reckless actions or of deeds not well considered, although a promise may have been made, it is fit to reconsider whether I should do them or not.
Okay. So what we do, we have to consider, right? Means we have to check it's right or wrong. So if we don't have that in this reckless action means like don't know what they're doing right. Sometimes looks like good actors like then like they're doing this way so like become famous. reckless actions. So reckless actions, to think about it, there's usually people in the make the jaws in the movie or something, they're always like laughing everyone. That kind of right, reckless jaws, is it correct or no?
Yes, yes. And teenagers don't think of consequences sometimes. They haven't developed into adults yet, so sometimes they have bad decisions.
Right. So that also has a bad decisions. Sometimes like say people, we have one channel always make jokes, like people say something, everyone laughing. So that kind of also like reckless means it's that's okay for movie, right? And the TV show is okay, but not good in the reality. So saying things, doing things, always a mistake. So the reason is because no mindful, no awareness. Don't recognize actually where they are, which kind, sometimes they don't recognize which they're, you know, kind of have to talk, which shouldn't talk, and depending the people in there, but they just talks everything, whatever comes, does things. That's correct. Reckless actions. Who has reckless actions? Sandra, do you have? What do you do?
I can't tell you. I have to work really hard not to be.
Okay, how about the ADG? He says he has.
The regulars, my son was 50 years old before he became self-aware, let alone having an awakening mind. He was a regular person.
My recklessness is primarily related to speech. Sometimes I say the wrong things at the wrong, wrong things when I'm not supposed to.
Right.
But I have a comment. Not this second one here really got to me. One was sort of charging me up, and two says, it started hitting home. And then I reflected back on 34. It says, all right. The way I looked at it, it said, all right, you've taken the vows. Now you've graduated, and you have this big celebration. Now go out and do something. And I'm thinking, wow. Fortunately, I thought about that quite a bit. And then your discussion, I want to confirm that this is a right understanding. So the conclusion I reached was, look to our intention and ability, be confident and do what you are able. Be mindful.
Right.
Check body, speech, and mind first. So really it boils down to, since this is aspiration, we can only do the best we can. Is that a correct assumption?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's good. Then we go to the third one. The Debbie Connor, can you read the third one?
Sure. But how can I ever withdraw from what has been examined by the great wisdom of the Buddhas and their sons, and even many times by me myself?
Okay, so some things we don't have to investigate. Some situation we don't have to examine. Right? Not everything examine. So already examining Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. The Bodhicitta is already examining, and Bodhicitta benefit us, benefit others. They already examining. So we don't have to check about Bodhicitta really benefit us or benefit for others. Right? Think so? Okay, so some things like you don't have to check, examine. Example, your horse, you know, no, you don't have to check again. You don't have to examine again, right? Someone already examined, already checked correctly, no mistakes, then do that. Some we have to check, examine, otherwise we don't know. That's just an easy way, like usually what we're doing. So if you're going to buy the new home, of course you have to check, right? You don't know. You have to examine that first. Then someone already examines, like example, or maybe your parents bought you already live there, then you don't have to examine again. They already done that. So that's it. The Buddhas already examined Bodhicitta's quality, Dharma, it's a benefit. So we don't have to check again. If we can follow directly, that's also say no problem. Do you have anyone has a comment for that?
Yes, in another translation here, it says, Yet what the Buddhas and their heirs have scrutinized in their great wisdom, I myself have probed and scrutinized. Why should I now procrastinate? Which is a little different. Don't procrastinate.
So what that means?
To put it off. Don't tell yourself, well, I'm not perfect, so I won't do it yet. I'll do it next week, you know?
Maybe it could also mean being indecisive and doubtful.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't take action.
Yeah, the main point is exactly the, you know, we don't have to doubt about, you know, action. You can't do it right now. Don't have to think about, oh, it's maybe going to mistake or something. So
Yeah.
you do right now. Don't have to think about, I'm going to examine, I'm going to maybe do next time. First I check and I think about. So that is Shantideva said, no time to do that. That is incorrect. Buddha's already done examining. So no, you just do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put the brake. Go ahead. You're not going to fall into the, you know, what they call the caps or cup. Usually falling to the
crevasse, the crevice.
crevice. Yeah, you're not going to fall into the crevice. Just go. Don't need to push a brake.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Doesn't the Buddha also teach to question everything? And I'm wondering if the words great wisdom are significant here, signifying that if it's a source that can be trusted, maybe like you feel some connection with bodhicitta or some sort of sign. I don't know for myself if I would ever feel okay with accepting anything onto my path unless I've examined it personally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. So I just try to give you answer. I'm not sure I can give you answer correctly. Let me know, okay? So yes, we have some part usually we examine, you know, we use the debating, use logic, investigating. So that is like when we study the you know the Buddhist philosophies, it's good to investigation and study that way. But this is like really going to practice in the practice. So then you don't have to think about it. You just Shantideva said do. And also this is the about the bodhicitta, and you don't need to doubt about the bodhicitta. It's like great or not good. Because already this Buddha's done is already pure, it's right path. So you go, you get the right direction. That's your answer question?
Yeah, that makes more sense to me. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, some area like we have Buddha also say investigate me and investigate my teaching and investigate everything. So don't go blindly. He said that. That is good. So another way we can investigation, but when you're ready to practice it during the meditation practice, then just go ahead, especially like bodhicitta kind of practice. You don't have to doubt. Okay, so now we go to the next one. Next one is 4 verses 4. Verses 4. Tom Wa, right? Your name is Tom Wa or Tom?
It's Tom Wozni, but somehow it got posted as Tom Wa. Don't ask me. I have to change it.
Okay, so Tom Wa, please, can you read it?
You can call me anything you want, Kempo, even late to dinner.
Okay.
That's sort of an American joke.
Okay.
So number 4 is, if having made such a promise, I do not put into action, Then by deceiving every living being, what kind of rebirth shall I take?
Mm. So if we promise something, we don't do that, what do you think? Then become no one trust, right? So no, we promise like going to benefit everyone, all beings. Then not benefit anyone, then what happened? It's going to reborn to the lower realms. So that is the Buddha say karma, kind of rebirth share or take, which kind of rebirth we going to reborn to the lower realms. Any question there? Everyone okay, yeah?
I'm not.
Simple.
I'm still having trouble with aspiration. It's just a wish, aspiration. This is what we're trying to do. Or we should be actually doing this, even though we don't know totally what we're doing.
Right now, actually, we're really doing.
Okay. All right.
So we have a wishing, we have a doing both.
Dharma practice itself is the doing, right?
Yeah. So now we're doing because we are in the engaging bodhicitta. So your listening teaching is you are engaging bodhicitta. And with discussion in the listening teaching is engaging bodhicitta. You want to going to receive the teaching is a aspiring bodhicitta. So right now we are engaging, we are doing that.
Okay, I'm looking at it in terms of helping other people. I guess that's what's driven my questions. If I want to help somebody, I want to make sure I'm doing the job right, you know?
Okay. Thank
So
you. Okay, fine, yes.
Temple.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Temple
Okay.
is the Bodhisattva vows. Is this is this something that like when we took refuge, we got, a certificate for taking refuge? Is this doing the bodhicitta? Is this a?
Actually, there's a separate.
What kind?
A formal thing.
Is it a formal thing?
Another ceremony for taking the bodhicitta vow.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Actually, the taking bodhicitta vow, the prayer is the same as yesterday we did. The main practice, like, aspiring, engaging the prayer, same prayer when we receiving the doing ceremony and receive bodhicitta vow. Okay, fine.
Yes, I have a scenario where I witnessed, but it's very strange, where a group of friends went and they did not know that they received Bodhisattva vow. So after they received the Bodhisattva vow, meaning they're committed, then a few days later, they start to discuss, just like Sandra in the beginning, she asked question, because when they read they read a lot. So they read and they said, oh my gosh, I have to do this and that. If not, then I break the rules and then I will go to hell. So they start to discuss about backing out. Now, when you receive, I'm just listening. So then they decide, no, I want to become a Buddha before I can commit and help anybody. So how do we help those people where they came in and they said they didn't know that they're going to take the vow seriously and now they want to back out? How do
Who
you
did
solve
that?
that? Huh?
Who did that?
No, this happened 10 years ago. I witnessed.
Oh,
I can't, I'm not going to mention
oh, I
names.
somebody take they didn't recognize that they took the vowel and then actually they talk, you mean?
Yes, well, we went somewhere and it was a surprise. I think that
Yeah.
the Lama gave Bodhisattva vow. It was not in the schedule.
Mm.
So then after everyone sat and I was super excited. But then, and then they start to talk and discuss, debate. Back then, I don't know how to debate. So I just sit and listen.
I see.
And then they said that, no, that was horrible. That was terrible. If I knew this, I wouldn't attend or I would leave. So what happened to those people, Kempo?
Those people didn't receive the vowel.
They did receive from the Lama.
No, no, they don't receive because they don't have a motivation to receive.
Oh, okay. So they won't, what they worry was
They don't have
because
to quit, but then that is the regret for Dharma is like whatever, even if they join the teaching, even they don't know bodhicitta's vow is going to giving, but they just did that and they all has good deeds. Even they don't really receive bodhicitta vow, but they have good deeds. They can make imprint. They are kind of already end of samsara, some lifetime, but they did regret all this merit is gone. So because that means like they don't have good enough merit. That's why they're happening like that. That's the
yeah,
reason we have to create accumulation merit. Don't have to regret. You do. Here says Shanti Deva said, don't think about.
right.
Yeah, there are people that the against Shanti Deva. What here says, he said, don't do that.
They said Shantideva
Shanti
scared them.
Deva not going to try to bring people like in the lower ranks. He tried to everyone liberating. He said, don't think about it, don't stop, do. Okay.
So now if once that they think that they are ready, then they have to retake the vow because already they broke the vow the minute they
Yes.
accept it, right?
Now they can retake again. They can remove their karma too.
Hmm.
Yeah, if they told the Bodhisattva vow and then that after that they rejoice. Oh, I didn't know that time they give Bodhisattva vow. I'm so lucky. Yeah, I already received Bodhisattva vow. Then that time receive again. They receive. That person really received. So all is followed by intention. Yeah.
And
So
Kenpo,
this
they,
your you say these people that time that didn't know they receive bodhicitta vow, but then after a while they say, oh, actually I didn't know that Lama give bodhicitta vow. I'm so lucky that that time they give vow. If they think that way, they have a vow too. And then
and Kempo, there was one of their reason that they debate with each other was the
that just
Buddha said that there's three ways to become Buddha.
follow the okay fine the people has it's ordinary people that everyone has different thoughts, opinions, whatever they says, we cannot follow that. Right? Then let them debate.
Yeah, I just shut up, but I was wondering what would happen to them.
Has regret about to take the Bodhisattva vow, then no need to debate or no need discussion, just leave them, they figure out themselves. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
right.
okay. So there, see, Shanti Deva said, this is the best investment. You investment for Buddhahood. So someone help them to put investment to free from suffering, taking to the Buddhahood. They say, I'm not going to go to Buddhahood. That's it. They cut. Don't take out the investment. Investment. Then they're talking, oh, this investment is bad, or this investment is like comparing to, then they're talking about comparing to in this stock market. Then that's not make sense, right? So that's why you cannot debate with that. Just let them to think. People have so much thoughts, we cannot cut that. Yeah. Okay. Now we go to the next one. Which one we have? 5, right? Yeah, I think 5. Tim, please, can you read 5?
Yes, Kempola. If it has been taught by the Buddha that he who does not give away the smallest thing he once intended to give will take rebirth as a hungry ghost. This is the scary one, right?
Yeah, we already discussed that. Saint are really scared of that one too. I say we don't have to scared of that. And do you get all right? We already talked about that one discussion. So the reason is we no one suffering to hunger to die. So that's why we don't have worry about that. We can handle this easily. Someone who received the way of a Bodhisattva, no one going to happen this one. Because this is like, if you wanted to say, okay, I'm going to give it something for these people's dying, hunger and suffering. So then after you pour out, take out, don't want to give it them, let them suffering. So give up the, the person. So that I don't think are happening easily.
Kempo, I have a question on this.
Yes.
When I saw this verse and some of the other ones, they're talking about the smallest thing you once intended to give and you didn't do it, and you're reborn as a hungry ghost. If I am excellent about this in doing what I intend to do, hundreds of things I intend to give away, I always give them away, and I don't do one because I'm grouchy that morning or something. Why is my good karma not enough to keep me in the right realm? This makes it sound like one mistake and you've blown it.
Then one do right things, they also give you right direction.
Well, if you've got 99 causes for going in the right direction and one cause in the bad direction, why do you end up where the bad direction takes you?
Okay, then think about the 99 and the 1%, which is more powerful.
Well, that's the way I think about it.
Okay.
I agree with you there.
Okay.
So I don't take this verse literally then, because
the Shantideva main point is like just do the promise.
Okay.
Good conduct. Then keep the good conduct. You have to do your promise. You do that. Give you more habituate to become you are more. You can take care of the vows and the conduct. If you break the small things, then you cannot take care of the big things slowly. That is become habituate to become worse and worse. So we say, okay, don't do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's true.
So you have a like kind of a in the walking path. When the snow comes, we always like make sure they put the salt and everything. So say, okay, if you falling down here and you're going to they broke your hips, please care for. Don't happening that you care for that. But your house is perfect, but can be mistakes become, make problem, right? So we have to tell that people, right? Careful. There's eyes, something, in the front of a road. Yeah, Shanti, they were giving like that. Each small informations, make sure don't do this. No happening. Okay, so now we go to the next one. Next verses. The David, can you read David? Verses 6.
Okay, 6. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, if I should deceive all beings after having sincerely invited them to the unsurpassable bliss, should I take a happy rebirth?
Okay.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you. So you invite many people, guests, and you don't have any food and nothing. Then what are you going to do?
Tell them to go home.
Visualize.
Yeah. So first, like you weakness, Buddha and Bodhisattva, all sentient beings bring to their say you are weakness. I'm going to help these beings. Then you all calling these beings. You say I don't have anything help you. So you break the promise. So like that, yeah. That's okay. So we have to, whatever we promise, you just have to mindful and awareness, keeping that. Then we go to verses 7. Navinata, can you read Navinata? Verses 7.
The omniscient can discern the manner of the action of those who give up the awakening mind but are freed. It is beyond the scope of ordinary thought.
Thank you. Do you have any question on that? Anyone has questions?
Yeah, this one is a little trickier to me because who gives up the awakening mind and is then freed? Are they talking about enlightened beings and that? Who is that who gave up their awakening mind and became free?
Buddha.
Okay, so these are enlightened beings, and only omniscient beings can figure out what action they are taking beyond the scope of ordinary thought. So we may not understand what a real Buddha does, but he knows what he's doing. Is that what that means?
If only omniscient can discern means only Buddha knows the each situation what going on. The manner of those like each situation Buddha knows. Who give up the waking mind, someone give up the bodhicitta but are freed means. So if there someone give up the bodhisattva vow, and then the Buddha, if the Buddha was there, or he can try to like less karma to like walk something, can that person go to right direction, something he can help that way, if who has omniscience. And also the situation, each situations, only Buddha knows, we don't know. So we cannot say, oh, this broken, oh, he's broken, well, he's going to lower ranks or something. We don't know really. Each situation has a different kind. Only Buddha knows. And also, sometimes the Buddha can help them to not going to lower ranks, because to give some method, the purify karma can lead to liberate too.
So this is saying you can't judge.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay.
And
about our here?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Are they talking about Arhat here?
Yes.
Arhat?
No,
Is
really specific
that
arhat.
what they're talking about here?
No, not talking about arhats here.
Give up the awakening mind and are free?
Give up mind, okay, who give up the awakening mind, but are free means, but they are still liberating, right? So that means like you don't know the each situation, because they have so much different, individual situations. Some like those like the broken vow, the the Buddhist cheetah, but they become liberate. Means like example, I shared this morning, Shariputra. So he's become liberate. He give up bodhicitta, but he's liberated. So then some people think, oh, give up bodhicitta, but no one going to lower realms. But that's also someone has like that kind too. That no everything is a different situations.
I think it's easier to understand if we if the verse is rewritten in a way, like it's hard to discuss or fathom that a person let go bodhicitta but still being liberated. Only the Buddha would know, right? That
Yes.
would be easier to understand because the verse sometimes they write,
Yeah, the
it's
Buddha
very
only knows
tricky.
why is he's become liberate.
There's
Yeah.
an I have a couple of other versions, and this might be helpful. Sometimes I check back and forth. Only the omniscient one knows the inconceivable course of action of those people whom he liberates, even when they forsake the spirit of awakening. I don't know if that helps. It makes it a little clearer.
A little bit clear, yeah. Just
It,
same. So we're doing discussion same.
and I was on the same track as you, Deb. I had another version, and I thought this was very helpful. And as for those who, losing bodhicitta, nonetheless attain to liberation, this is through the inconceivable effect of karma, only understood by the omniscient.
So anyway, they have so much individual situations, subtle level things. So you just cannot like say everything is like appearance, what happening. So behind the so much detail level, kind of like more information or so much like subtle level things going on, causes contradictions. So that's only Buddha knows, we don't know. So that's why we cannot say, oh, that person did a mistake wrong. It's like only just what is seeing appearance, that's only cannot make decisions, did good or bad, because we don't have omniscience. Only Buddha knows. Yeah. So that is another way you understand. Another way also someone, the aha, like say the followed by the story, Shariputra, he gave up the bodhicitta vow, but still he become liberate. So then what is his convictions? Even he give up the bodhicitta, why he's no lower realms, why he become liberate, that conviction also Buddha knows, no one knows other. Okay, so I think that's enough there. So now next one. Alita, please, can you read, Alita? Next verses.
Okay, Kempo. This for a bodhisattva is the heaviest of downfalls, for should it ever happen, the welfare of all will be weakened.
Yeah, so the broken vow is like the bodhisattva is like strongest known virtue. Then also if they do some mistakes and they become less benefit to other beings. Okay, everyone okay for that? Okay, so now next, then we go to the verses 9 is Ger Physi. Can you chant the verses 9, please?
Yes. 9 is, and should others for even a single moment hinder or obstruct his wholesome deeds by weakening the welfare of all, there will be no end to their rebirth in lower states. Oh, wow. Okay, so you can't do a bunch of Bodhisattvas.
Say again.
I'm just saying, you can't make it, there's no antidote to that. There's no Vajrasattva recitations, mantra recitations, or anything to, there's no anecdote.
Oh, that has antidote. Yeah, this is the for Mahayana level, so that we don't talk about the Vajrayana recitation.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a different method. Okay, so we can, that's also confession too, have lots of prayers, practices, antidote. No virtue, everything has the confessions, everything has antidote. Yeah, so then we go to the 10. Ke Yimpin So. Please, can you read the number 10?
For if my being is impaired by destroying the joy of even one creature, then what need is there to mention destroying the joy of creatures vast as space?
Very similar. So the main point, we just don't give up other beings, don't harm for other beings, and don't create no virtuous deeds. So that is the Shantideva giving suggestion us. So we kept he says, kept promise. That's it, kept promise. How to you're going to keep promise? Anyone have any question, answer?
By being conscientious.
Yes. That's good.
Bodhicitta.
Yes.
Habituating meditation.
Yes.
Being somewhat serious.
Can you say again?
Being somewhat serious about your practice.
Yes.
Joyful effort.
Yes.
Be mindful with our actions.
Yes. Mindful. Yeah. So that's all is like for keeping the promise. Yeah. We have so many methods to keep the promise. No problem. Okay. So now next, like in living, I think in living, it's a shakara. Can you read the 11, please?
11. 11, okay. Thus, those who have the force of an awakened mind, as well as the force of falling from it, stay revolving within Celtic existence, and for a long time are hindered in reaching the Bodhisattva levels.
Thanks. This is the verses is a very perfect to us. So practice Dharma and create broken the vow and fix that, and Shantideva said don't do that all the time. Break promise and then doing good things, break promise. If you do that way, it's take long time to become Buddha. So 12th, the Bhavini, can you read please? Bhavini.
Yes. Number 12. Therefore, just as I have promised, shall I respectfully accord my actions. If from now on I make no effort, I shall descend from lower to lower states.
Thanks. So that's also kept promise. And then number 13, Thomas, please, can you read?
Although, for the benefit of every creature, countless Buddhas have passed by, yet I was not an object of their care because of my own mistakes.
Yeah. You think so?
Well, I know so.
Okay. So you think
I know so.
Buddha's a mistake?
I am so I mean, we're all here benefiting tremendously, tremendously from, I don't know what great intentions or great karmic imprints that we left in our past lives, but we're reaping it right now.
Yes.
We're so thankful for you. Thank you.
No, thanks to the Shanti Deva. Okay, so then next, so anyway, we cannot belong to the Buddha, right? Belong to the Buddha and the Bodhisattva. We have to recognize our problems. We didn't do good job until today, so now we're going to do good job starting today. No, 14. Maryland, please, 14.
And if I continue to act like this, again and again shall I undergo suffering in unhappy realms, sickness, bondage, laceration, and the shedding of blood.
So do you accept that, Maryland?
If I act bad,
if you act like right now, what are you doing? You do that all the time. So what do you think? You can liberate, or you going to think still go to samsara?
I think I'll be in samsara. I have a lot of work to do to get out of here.
So then we have to change, right?
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Okay. How about EDG? You think? How are you doing?
I'm in total agreement with what she just said. Yes, I'm working at it.
Okay, that's good.
I need to work.
Sandra.
I'm counting on someone helping me get to Pure Land or myself.
Tempo, he's going to help you. Yeah, I'm working really hard. It's yeah. I feel really lucky. I feel like, I'm a Westerner, and there's no one in my family who's Buddhist. I don't know how I got to be so lucky. I feel really lucky. And I do want to work hard and make the most of it.
Yeah, so that's a good statement, Shanti Devas. We have to change. So that's true. Actually, we being same with all previous life. That's why we just stay in the samsara again. He said change. No, we needed to change. We have to make great again.
I'm a lot better than I was 10 years ago.
Okay, so you are progressing. That's good. No, next 15. So who didn't did the read? Oh, Lily, please, can you do the 15?
15 is temple. If the arising of a Tathagata face the attainment of a human body and my being fit to cultivate virtues are scarce, when will they be won again? It's precious human body.
Yeah. So, Lord, Buddha is easy to come to in the world. So we are lucky Buddha is able to in this world, and also we are very lucky Dharma is exist. We are very lucky because we have a devotions. We have a precious of human body. So this is like precious we have right now, right?
Yes, so it's give us chance that to correct what we have done wrong before.
Yeah. Okay, so that's really beautiful. And we also can rejoice ourselves. Now we go to the 16. Elevara Marcuza Slevi. Can you do the 17, 16, sorry?
I'm pretty sure that's Elvira Marquez, but so it's me. But I don't. I'm just listening in Kempo. I just got here. I'm in bed just listening in. I don't
Okay.
have the lecture with the the literature with me.
Okay.
Therefore, I can do it for her. You
Yes.
want?
Oh, you didn't did it, right? Oh, you did it. Okay, you do
it
for
her.
Good boy.
Oh
Do.
yeah, I try. I try. Which number? 15?
16.
16. Although today I am healthy, well nourished, and unafflicted, life is momentary and deceptive. The body is like an object on loan for but a minute.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good, yeah. So
Yeah.
everything temporary.
Yeah.
We have a temporarily joy, but Shanti Deva said, don't stuck that. Don't attach it to temporary joy.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Moving, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Don't stop.
Yes.
No love.
Okay, so now next.
Amanda hadn't read Kempo. She had her hand up, I think.
Amanda, yeah, please, can you read the number 17?
Yes. And with behavior such as this, I shall not win a human body again. And if this human form is not attained, there will be solely evil and no virtue.
Mm.
So I think,
yes.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, so I think perfect behavior is necessary.
Yes. Okay, so that's good. And then Debbie, please, can you read Ohio Debbie Jackson? 18.
Sure. If when I have the chance to live a wholesome life, my actions are not wholesome, then what shall I be to do when confused by the misery of the lower realms?
Yes. Okay, do you have any question on that, Debbie? No, thank everyone okay for that. Mary?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mary, can you do the 19?
And if I commit no unwholesome deeds there, but readily amass much evil, then for 100 million eons, I shall never even hear the words, a happy life.
Okay, that's very easy. So then, Curtis, can you do the next 20?
Yes, sir. For these very reasons, the Buddha has said that like for a turtle to insert its neck into a yoke adrift upon the vast ocean, it is extremely hard to attain the human state.
Okay. So not easy to get human being's body, yeah? Especially the perfect one is not easy. The perfect one and who really does the put effort for Dharma, thinking about a future life, liberation, benefit others. That's the kind of life is not so easy. Yes. Okay, so anyone has a comment about that? Anything? Anyone want to share?
I remembered that story. I've heard it a couple of times. The turtle was not only blind, but it only came up once every 100 years.
Oh, yes.
So that multiplied the significance of how rare it is to have a human body.
Yeah.
That really hit home with me.
So when we read these things, then we cannot be like upset ourselves. We cannot be depression ourselves. So we have to rejoice and recognize what we have. And usually people, you know, small things like something happening, they are upset and disappointed. And then what is called usually get the depressions, so sad, right? That kind of happening, lots of human beings. Because the reason is we don't recognize this or the precious we have. Long as you know this precious human body we have, we always must be joy, right? But when we get unhappy, have to cultivate precious human body. We cannot stop the unhappy, sad feelings, but when the happy like that, have to use this precious human body meditation. It's then can release. Each one has an antidote.
If what they're saying is true about the turtle, then 99% of the humans on the face of the earth are really in trouble because they don't even have the wherewithal for becoming bodhisattva.
So I didn't get it. So who understand what the Shankar's main point?
You're right. He's right. He's saying most of us that have the human body,
yes,
we should be so thankful. But to have a precious human life, to know the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, that's really precious.
Yes.
And that only 1% maybe in this whole world has that. That's what he was asking. And
yeah,
You have to be very
many
thankful.
people don't recognize that, who really recognize, who put effort, so who created this life is used for. That's not so many.
Not so many.
Yeah.
You have to have the freedom to be able to study, the time, the leisure. You have to have the faculties to be able to study. And if you don't study, you have not seized the opportunity to have a precious human life and move towards freedom.
Yeah.
Enlightenment.
Yes.
And to have a teacher. Thank you, Kimpola.
if you think about it, Kempo, we all won the human lottery.
The thing for this, the practitioner bodhisattvas, they really how they change, use this method, you know.
Yes.
So we have so many good examples. It's spiritual, these teachers, bodhisattvas. Whatever they have difficulties, never affected for their mind. So there, we can see there has situations that cannot avoid that, but whatever difficulty situations, they're stuck there, the problem never affected for them. They use this method. So they're all just the difficulty, negative, everything is taken into the use of the bodhicitta right path. So the same example, like see, Shanti Deva said, they change everything, you know, like he small goal change whole big things like small goal, like put gold plate, it's become whole things change. So like that, yeah. And these practitioners really use this bodhicitta and they change. So that's we recognize. We don't know really everyone is like taking into the Buddhahood, but we know who has this true mind arise. The bodhicitta is arise their mind. They have become is liberating. We recognize that. Yeah. So now we have a powerful something with us, and no one can destroy us. Use bodhicitta, okay? You have protection bodhicitta. Use your protection. No one can destroy us. So usually, who destroy us? Emotions.
We destroy ourselves. Yeah.
We destroy ourselves. Emotions destroy us. So use bodhicitta, destroy emotions. Then no one can destroy us. We have become winner. Where's my voice coming back again?
I don't know.
Okay, thanks everyone. So we're going to do the dedication.
Kempo, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
I looked through the whole text. Where does this prayer come from in the text? The one that said that we do at the end of every night, Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where does born man arise? Where does born man not decline? Where exactly does that come from our text? What chapter? You have any idea?
No idea.
Really, no?
No idea. This is a summary, like short version of this way of Bodhisattva.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, Kempo, could I ask a question too?
Yes, sir, please.
It's about number 16.
Yes.
The last line, the body is like an object on loan for but a minute. You said we can enjoy but don't have fixation or attachment, but I was thinking of my cat and I'm so attached to her. And how can I, like, do you recommend any method where I can work with that?
So that's sometimes I have a really good idea come out. Sometimes I don't have ideas. So we can use many different practice, right? Many different practice. I give a lot of suggestions, Marilyn. So what you heard, please, before I give you lots of suggestions, no attached to your door. Do you remember?
No, probably because I didn't want to hear it. Because I was when she's asking the question, I'm thinking, yeah, because Kahlua is going to be 14 in January. My time with her is limited. So all I'm trying to do is focus on being present with her and enjoying the time now and not look forward into the future.
So I give an answer is like her, like example, Marilyn, she worry about her door is going where. I say you have to rejoice because if she goes, she changed the body.
That's
and not great like animals' body. And
Can I add something to that?
So we also you can give there is like some prayers, mantras, dedications, and like something dharma things, and create karmic imprints, some positive karmic imprints for cat. And then when cat ready to go, happy to go, happy to, because you love. If you really love, you love the liberating. So so you have to liberate the cat, not attach to the cat, yeah? And you really love, then you have to do the liberating the cat. Recognize the cat is dying, is liberating. So you then think, okay, as I really love cat, he or she, the cat is lucky because I'm keen to do this dharma for them, you know, dharma prayer for this cat. So then you wish them to pass away, change the body, wishing change the body.
Yes,
Kimpo,
you
I
did tell me.
I have a story about that.
Oh.
My cat died at the end of August, and the day before she died, I was doing POA practice with her. And we did a complete POA practice. And then she died the next day, and her last gasps, she did 21 hicks without the coming down. She raised her head up and did hick, and it sounded just like a human voice. And also she smelled very badly for about a week. So I was easily able to give her up, not feel attached to her, because she had so many toxins in her. So her body was decomposing. So it was quite an amazing little scene with my cat.
Mm. I remember you telling me that, Kempo, too. And I've had, like, I think she's going to be reborn a human. And I play mantras for her whenever I'm not home. I was told to do that.
Yeah.
Well, my cat was on the lap for the entire COVID Zoom sessions every morning. So she got lots of Dharma. Thank you.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
You're welcome, Navida. So your cat is lucky. You can liberate your cat.
Oh, she's liberated, definitely. But we've been doing Bardo Todrol every day.
Simple.
Yes.
Is it also good to put the liberation upon touch mantra on your pets?
Yeah. So that's yes, it's always like we just this bodhicittas, bodhisattvas, you know, giving like some suggestion, aspiration, prayer things. We have to do that. And this also created by power of a mantra, like last time we chant power of a mantra. And then who has like completing like bodhisattva practice, they did these power mantras. That's why they benefit others. So that's the reason. So you can use that mantra and the dharma prayers, give it to them, cat and the charm mantra, you know, like, so, you know, wishing them to reborn to Devachin. And also you let happy to their die, because they're, you think recognize is liberating. They are suffering, you know, animal form bodies is not easy. So that's why we wish them liberation.
I have another part of the story. When my cat died, we buried her, and my whole family's had a nice ceremony. And then the next morning when I came to the living room for our prayer service, and I had completely cleaned the room, sanitized it, fluffed up all the cushions, washed everything. And her indentation was in every single chair that she loved to sit in. And there she left a claw, one claw on her favorite chair. So there was a relic. It was really strange.
Whoa, girl. Right.
I can't explain it, but it just was very strange.
Wow.
Can I add something in too? I learned that like when my cat was dying and I was very sad about it and I was, crying, although I was next to her and I was crying, it actually prolonged her suffering and I think kept her here longer. And then when it came time when I knew the dog was dying, I didn't do that. I just stayed strong and I laid on the floor with her like for the whole weekend and just prayed with her and tried to keep my breathing in sync with her breathing and said calming things to her. And she went much quicker. Even when I took the cat to the vet and they did some shots and everything to make her go to sleep, she didn't want to go to, they had to take her away from me because she would not die, although she was suffering, because all the crying I was doing was, I think, was keeping her. She knew I was suffering, so she did not want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then, thanks everyone. See you tomorrow. 11 o'clock. When you have time, join tomorrow meditation practice.
Do you want to
Are we
dedicate?
doing dedication?
Do dedication. Yes, we're going to do dedication together.
Oh yeah.
So no, Navinate, please, your job to read this Emaho. Dedication for all the cat, dogs. We're going to think about them, okay?
Yes, Kempo.
Thank you.
And Maho. In the center is the marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the blissful pure land of Dewajan. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking samsaric rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face by the power of the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. May we attain this aspiration without hindrance. Teyata Pensadreya wa Bodhanaya Soha. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Manjushri the warrior realized the ultimate state, and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in their path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teachings of the great Trinkompa Ratnashri, who is omniscient Lord of the Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara.
Thank you very much, Navidada. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kempo.
That was wonderful.
Thank you, Kempo.
Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
Good night.
Oh, nice
Thank you,
sleep.
Sangha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kempo.
Thanks,
I
everyone.
won't see you tomorrow, but I'll be back.
Oh,
Mary, so yes, maybe I'm going to drop your brother's things tomorrow, okay? So I'm not sure.
Oh, did you call him? Is
I
he
didn't.
going to be home?
I have your brother things with me right now here.
Oh, okay. Do you have his number? Do you want to call him and see if he's going to be there?
I have his address.
You have his address?
Yeah, I have his address.
I'll text him and warn him.
You send me his phone number. Okay?
I'll send it to him. Yeah, I'll send you his number.
Here, I'm going to check how far from right now where I live.
It's probably not too bad. It's probably about